Just finally, Paul, Cheltenham have been in the Football League, as I said, 12th season, great achievement. You've been chairman for just a little bit longer than that. There were times over the last couple of years where I got the impression you were, it really was having an adverse effect on you. Have you sort of rediscovered your appetite for it? Are you enjoying it again? You're not thinking of standing down at all?
I think I've been chairman for 15 years, or as the director or chairman for 15 years. I think that's a pretty decent stint, if I'm honest. I think if someone wants to come on board and invest in the club and become chairman, that's fine by me, provided they're the right person and they got the club at heart, because it's hard work. I've had some fantastic times. Don't get me wrong, John, and I'm hoping that will, we'll have more fantastic times, and I'm certainly happy to continue in the role. I've got a good board of directors. We all get on well as friends as well as directors. I'm enjoying it more now. There's no question that I had a pretty awful summer, and I think the last 18-24 months have been pretty awful as well. There haven't been a lot of happy times at the football club, but I think, for the reasons I was saying to you before now, the new characters we got on board, the new people we got on board, and the fact that we have, I think, got to grips with the budget situation, does mean that I can sleep better at night. But we're not out of the trees, is it? Not out of the trees.
Out of the woods.
Not out of the woods either. Crowds are still massively important to us, and we could easily start slipping back into a deficit situation again if we're not careful. We do really need the people at Cheltenham, the people of Gloucestershire, if they're at all interested in football or supporting the only football league club in Gloucestershire, they do need to come along, because I'm not exaggerating by saying, but crowds of 2,500 can't sustain this football club. They cannot sustain this football club. So even if you can't make it to every game, come to every other game, bring some friends along, take advantage of some of the offers we're doing. But do come along and support the team, because it took 107 years, I think, to get into the Football League. We could be out of the Football League in the next 8 months if things go awfully wrong. And that's the trouble when you're in League Two. At least when you're in League One, you've got a breathing space of relegation. You've still got another season at least in the Football League. I've just written my programme notes for Saturday, and I think League Two is probably one of the most pressurised leagues around, because of the absolute disaster, if you like, of losing Football League status and going into the conference. It's massive going from the Premiership to the Championship, but you get a massive amount of money year on year to sustain you. But to go from League Two to the Blue Square, I think is probably one of the biggest drops in football. And we can see from the likes of Grimsby and Darlington and countless clubs in that division who have dropped out of the Football League, it ain't an easy bounce back. Far from it. And that's why, by the skin of our teeth, staying up last year was probably one of the biggest achievements of the club, because to go down could well have spelled the end of the club, because the amount of money that Football League gives you is incredible. And I just don't know how clubs like Forest Green can have a full-time squad. I don't understand how they can do it on their grounds. Grimsby, I don't know how they manage to maintain it, but they get good crowds. You can understand that to an extent. But I'm convinced that if we had gone down, it would have been a massive, massive problem to stay full time. It really would. But there we go. I don't want to be in that situation again. We sailed close to the wind once. I don't want to be sailing close to the wind again. And I'm just hopeful now that with the start we've made, with the team we've got in place, that we can at least maintain where we are now and hopefully kick on.